In today's world, technology is everywhere. From the phones in our pockets to the gadgets we use every single day, electronics have become deeply woven into modern life. But as innovation continues to move faster and consumer culture grows stronger, a dangerous trend is quietly expanding in the background: the rise of single-use electronics. Disposable vapes, cheap earbuds, novelty USB devices, and countless low-cost electronic accessories are now being produced and discarded at alarming rates. These products may seem small and harmless individually, but together they are contributing to one of the fastest-growing environmental crises on Earth. This presentation explores the growing problem of single-use electronics, the environmental dangers they create, the recycling challenges they present, and the solutions that can help build a more sustainable future. So what exactly are single-use electronics? Single-use electronics are devices designed to be used for a very short period of time before being discarded. Unlike traditional electronics that can be repaired, upgraded, or reused, these products are often intentionally built with limited lifespans. Examples include disposable e-cigarettes, low-cost headphones, promotional electronic gadgets, novelty toys with lights and batteries, and inexpensive tech accessories sold online or at convenience stores. Many of these products are mass-produced using low-cost materials and are designed more for convenience than durability. In many cases, manufacturers never intended these items to last long enough to justify repairs or refurbishment. What makes the issue even more concerning is how accessible these products have become. Consumers can purchase them almost anywhere: gas stations, retail chains, online marketplaces, airports, and even vending machines. Because they are cheap and easy to replace, many consumers never stop to think about what happens after the item is thrown away. Unfortunately, the environmental cost hidden behind these convenient purchases is enormous. The growth of disposable electronics is directly connected to modern consumer culture. Today's society often prioritizes speed, convenience, and affordability over quality and sustainability. As a result, companies continue producing products designed for quick consumption rather than long-term use. Technology trends move rapidly. New devices are constantly released, upgraded, and marketed as must-have products. Consumers are encouraged to replace electronics frequently, even when older devices still function properly. At the same time, fast fashion and electronics have started to overlap. Many inexpensive clothing brands and online retailers now bundle cheap electronic accessories with their products to increase sales and attract impulse buyers. This creates a dangerous cycle of overconsumption. Products are purchased quickly, used briefly, and discarded almost immediately afterward. The problem is especially severe because many disposable electronics contain internal batteries and electronic components that remain hazardous long after the product stops functioning. What appears to be a simple, low-cost gadget can actually become long-lasting environmental waste. The environmental impact of single-use electronics is staggering. According to global e-waste studies, the world generated more than 53 million metric tons of electronic waste in 2019 alone. Experts estimate that number could surpass 75 million metric tons by the year 2030. Single-use electronics are becoming an increasingly significant contributor to this crisis. Even the smallest devices contain valuable and hazardous materials such as lithium, cobalt, copper, rare earth metals, and various plastics. These materials require mining, manufacturing, transportation, and energy-intensive production processes. When these products are thrown into regular trash bins or dumped into landfills, toxic substances can slowly leak into soil and groundwater. Over time, these pollutants can threaten ecosystems, contaminate drinking water, and harm wildlife. The dangers do not stop there. When electronic waste is burned in incinerators, toxic chemicals and heavy metals are released into the air. These pollutants contribute to air contamination and create serious health risks for surrounding communities. Many people assume that because disposable electronics are small, their environmental impact must also be small. But when millions upon millions of these products are discarded every year, the cumulative damage becomes massive. Recycling disposable electronics is far more difficult than many people realize. Traditional electronics like laptops and smartphones are often supported by repair shops, recycling programs, and established recovery systems. Single-use devices, however, are much harder to process. One major challenge is product design. Many disposable electronics are tightly sealed, glued together, or built with compact internal components that make disassembly extremely difficult. Recovering reusable materials safely often requires specialized equipment, and labor-intensive work. Disposable vapes are a perfect example. These devices frequently contain lithium-ion batteries sealed deep inside the unit. Removing those batteries safely can be dangerous, time-consuming, and economically impractical. In many cases, recycling facilities simply cannot process these items efficiently. Another issue is consumer confusion. Many people do not realize that certain products contain batteries or electronic materials at all. Light-up toys, disposable earbuds, and novelty gadgets may be tossed directly into household trash without a second thought. Because these items are small and inexpensive, they often slip through traditional recycling systems entirely. A major reason this problem continues to grow is the lack of accountability among manufacturers. Many companies producing disposable electronics are not required to manage the afterlife of their products. Once the item is sold, the responsibility for disposal usually falls entirely on consumers and local waste systems. Unfortunately, many manufacturers have little financial incentive to create recyclable or repairable products. Disposable designs often generate repeat purchases and steady profits. The shorter the lifespan of a product, the more frequently consumers must replace it. Weak regulations in many regions also allow companies to continue producing electronics that are extremely difficult to recycle. Poor labeling adds another layer of confusion. Consumers may not even realize a product contains lithium batteries or valuable electronic components because the packaging does not clearly explain proper disposal methods. Without stronger environmental regulations and greater corporate responsibility, disposable electronics will likely continue flooding the market at unsustainable levels. This is why many environmental experts support policies such as extended producer responsibility, also known as EPR laws. These laws require manufacturers to help fund or manage the collection, recycling, and safe disposal of the products they create. The issue of single-use electronics is deeply connected to a broader culture of disposability. Modern advertising constantly encourages consumers to buy newer, faster, trendier, and more convenient products. Marketing campaigns often present technology as fashion rather than as long-term tools. Limited edition products, trendy gadgets, and impulse buy electronics are designed to create excitement and emotional purchasing decisions. As consumers, society has gradually become accustomed to replacing products instead of repairing them. Convenience frequently outweighs durability. Price often matters more than product lifespan, and speed of access becomes more important than sustainability. This mindset fuels a continuous cycle of waste generation. The rapid pace of technological advancement also contributes to the problem. Products become outdated quickly, even when they still function properly. As a result, millions of devices are discarded not because they are broken, but because newer versions have entered the market. Breaking this cycle will require more than better recycling systems. It will require a shift in consumer behavior and cultural values. Although the problem is serious, consumers still have the power to make a meaningful difference. One of the most important steps people can take is choosing reusable and rechargeable products whenever possible. Investing in durable electronics reduces waste generation and decreases the demand for disposable manufacturing. Consumers can also become more mindful before making purchases by asking important questions. Can this item be repaired? Can the battery be replaced? Can this product be recycled properly? Will this device still be useful in the future? Even small purchasing decisions can collectively create major environmental impact when adopted on a large scale. Proper recycling also plays a critical role. Instead of throwing electronics into regular trash bins, consumers should bring unwanted devices to licensed recyclers and approved e-waste collection centers that can safely process hazardous materials. Education and awareness are equally important. The more people understand the hidden environmental costs of disposable electronics, the more likely they are to adopt sustainable habits. While consumer action matters, large-scale progress will also require leadership from governments and industries. Stronger regulations can push manufacturers toward more sustainable product designs. Governments can establish standards that encourage repairability, recyclability, and safer material usage. Extended producer responsibility laws can hold companies accountable for the products they introduce into the market. At the same time, innovation in recycling technology offers hope for the future. Advanced recycling systems may improve the recovery of valuable metals and materials from small electronic devices. Modular electronics could also allow consumers to replace parts instead of entire products. Public education campaigns are another powerful tool. When communities understand the environmental consequences of improper disposal, participation in recycling programs often increases significantly. Industry leaders, policymakers, recyclers, educators, and consumers all have important roles to play in solving this growing problem. No single group can address the issue alone. The growing problem of single-use electronics serves as a warning sign about the dangers of convenience-driven consumption. Although these devices may appear harmless because of their small size or low price, their collective environmental impact is enormous. Every disposable electronic product requires raw materials, manufacturing energy, transportation, packaging, and eventual disposal. When billions of these products are consumed globally, the strain on natural resources becomes unsustainable. But there is still time to change direction. By embracing sustainability, supporting responsible recycling, encouraging stronger regulations, and making smarter purchasing decisions, society can begin reducing the tide of electronic waste. A more sustainable future depends on changing how we value technology. Instead of viewing electronics as temporary disposable items, we must begin seeing them as products built from valuable resources that deserve responsible management throughout their entire life cycle. The choices made today will shape the environmental future of tomorrow, and through awareness, responsibility, and action, meaningful change is possible. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the growing problem of single-use electronics and the importance of responsible e-waste management. If you would like assistance with battery recycling, electronic waste disposal, or sustainable recycling solutions, please contact us. Reach us by phone, email, or our website. Together, we can help reduce disposable technology waste and create a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable future for generations to come.